What is up, Pokefans? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and welcome to our Season 8 Rank Ladder Climb, where we've hit the Master Ball tier, and now we're just trying to hit our... I don't know if it's feasible now, but it seems like a reachable goal of less than 10,000 in the ranking overall. Now, I say that it might not be feasible just because of the fact that last we left off, we're at 18,000, and sometimes the ranking or the ratings is a little off, but we're still going to be doing our best. But first and foremost, happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long work week for a lot of people, myself included. As a matter of fact, I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready to just not have to worry about anything and just sleep in for once. And it doesn't seem like the weather is going to be too hot. It doesn't seem like I have to be up for anything in particular. I'm officially going to be able to take a nap, go into a coma for at least 12 hours. Not literally, but the podcast has been released. It's officially out for you guys to view on YouTube. It is an auditory podcast. We're still trying to get onto Spotify, but I'm a one-man show for the most part, so I'm trying to do as much as I can. Editing is good. I think I have one more video to record today, and then the work week will be fine. I think I have two for the month of July, but I will be taking Monday off, so that's the 31st, to get prepared for season 9 and have a completely different team that you may or may not like. So today and tomorrow is going to be the final episodes of season 8, and then Sunday you guys will have the 20 battles going on. So you're going to have like 6 or 7 videos released all at one time on Sunday. So there's all that, and I hope that you guys enjoy what I decide to bring out to you guys then. Other than that, I don't really have anything else. Happy Friday again, and let's get into our first match of 5 in today's video. And our first match is up. We've got Rillaboom, Cresselia, Hisuian, Goodra, Ursaluna, Urshifu, and Alolan Muck. Okay, so obvious trick room, but they're gonna have a work around it, so I'm gonna do my best to work around that workaround. With the Rillaboom, they're gonna have fake out, but I don't really have anyone else to worry about on that side of the field. So let's go ahead and get set up with Tornadus and Chien Pao. Bring in Fluttermane for the switch in. Actually, they're gonna have to bring in Cresselia first. I mean, they could bring in Goodra, right? But they're gonna have to bring in Cresselia, because if they don't, they have a higher chance of failing. And I'm gonna bring in Garchomp in the event that I'm gonna bring in Garchomp in the event that I have Ursaluna out there, because I need to be able to knock him out. Not Ursaluna, but Goodra. That's what I'm trying to talk about. If they bring in Goodra with a steel typing, he'll be weak against ground attacks, and if they change it to fairy like he's been known to be, he will also suffer greatly from steel. Single strike in Urshifu and Ursaluna. All right, so what we're gonna do first, probably do taunt. I mean, we outspeed their Pokemon, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna swap. We should swap Fluttermane, because he's gonna like sucker punch us, and I would much rather be on a better standing. So we're gonna swap Fluttermane to Chien Pao. Again, sucker punch is like huge. I don't want to get hit by that. I'm hoping that Bleak Wind will hit though. They're gonna Terra, and it's gonna be Ursaluna. Nope, Urshifu. And it's gonna be poison. Okay. That removes his weakness to flying. Bleak Wind will not hurt Ursaluna because it decided to protect last turn, or this turn. It will hurt their Urshifu, and it does a considerable amount of damage, but they decide to go with Wicked Blow right into the Chien Pao. Doesn't really affect it because it is a dark type on his own. Ursaluna does get burnt by the Flame Orb, so he does have that going for him. We're gonna Bleak Wind again. I'm gonna Sucker Punch into Urshifu. He withdrew Ursaluna, that's good. That's a good call. I probably would have done that last turn to bring out Cresselia. Sucker Punch will go into the Urshifu, does not knock it out, but gets pretty close. Bleak Wind will now come in and knock out the Urshifu and Cresselia. It doesn't knock out Cresselia. Wow, I'm really, really off. Do you see how tired I am? I should really try to make it so that I'm not so tired when I record for you guys, because I misspeak a lot when I do. Okay, so we're going to taunt the Cresselia now, knowing that it's probably going to... what am I trying to say? Knowing that it's probably going to have Mental Herb, but it's the only thing I've got. I could probably bring in Fluttermane, but Fluttermane right now can't really do anything to set up for the turn. So I'm just going to hit Ursaluna with all that I've got. Ursaluna will protect again. Totally fine with that. We're going to taunt Cresselia. A lot of people have been running Rocky Helmet with her, so I'm hoping that's the case. It is not the case in this time. So shook off the taunt. Ice Spinner goes into Ursaluna, which isn't going to do anything. And here comes Trick Room. Okay, so we're going to swap out Tornadus to bring out Fluttermane, and we're going to protect... Should we? Yeah, we'll protect. We'll protect with Qianpao. Because they're not going to click Earthquake, there'd be no reason to with Ursaluna, because it only really hurt Qianpao. They'll do Rock Slide, though. Will not do anything to Qianpao. We'll do a little bit of damage to... oh, never mind. It will do a lot of damage to Fluttermane, but there goes my strat. I was going to try to do... I was going to try to do... What am I trying to think of? Bring out Garchomp next. I was gonna try to do my own Trick Room, but Facade is, or not Facade, but Guts is so strong. It's so strong. Protect on the Garchomp, and we're gonna Sucker Punch the Cresselia, because it's probably gonna Moonblast now. Probably into the Qianpao slot, but we're gonna Sucker Punch that Cresselia. Ursaluna Rock Slides, which is going to do a lot of damage to Qianpao. It's going to knock it out. And Moonblast comes in again. The switch in from turn one was the best one that I've had, but as soon as they were able to swap out into Cresselia, that's when the match was over, in my opinion. Terra Steel, Dragon Claw, Cresselia. If he only had like Thunder Wave or something, but he doesn't have anything. We're gonna taunt to Cresselia. Why not? Honestly, why not? Make sure that they can't use Lunar Blessing this turn. It's a good possibility. I don't want it to heal. And I've already used up their Mental Herb, so they can't do it again. So, come back. Baby, come back. Facade does hardly anything to Garchomp. Will pop something from Rumskin. Moonblast will do very little to Tornadus. Dragon Claw will knock out Cresselia. Garchomp loses HP. Ursaluna drops a little bit of HP because of the Flame Orb. Twisted Dimensions, I think, has 2 more turns. I think. Shiny Muck comes out. 1 more turn. So we're going to protect. And we'll taunt the Muck too. We're going to taunt the Muck. Muck no minimize. Oh, right. It's Dark type. Never mind. I forgot. Facade, run into Tornadus. Drain Punch does nothing. That's interesting. He knows Drain Punch too? That's dope. I should have just went for a regular attack, but that's okay. I mean, I don't think it would have really mattered as much, unfortunately. But here comes an Earthquake from a Terra Steel Garchomp, so it's not ground, but it'll still do quite a damage. Doesn't knock out either one though, but I almost knock out myself, because that's cool. Drain Punch, gonna knock out Garchomp, and then match number 1 goes to them. Oh, how unfortunate. I almost came back from that, but not really. If I had Protect on Tornadus, maybe, but I didn't have Protect. That could be something that I change on to Tornadus later on. Protect, please, unless it's a choice item. Then no Protect. All right, next match is up. We've got Meowscarada, Goodra, Heatran, Sableye, Scizor, and I think that's Iron Jugulus. I'm not 100%. It kind of looks like him, but we do have a fake out user and we do have Scizor. So we do need to plan around that if we possibly can. So question is, how do we get rid of? I think the best course of action that we have is Tornadus Flutter Mane, Garchomp, and I want to say Urshifu. But Urshifu isn't going to do anything to Meowscarada. It won't really do anything to Goodra either. It really only like affects Heatran, but Garchomp takes care of Heatran. Will also resist Scizor. It can also take out Iron Jugulus as well. So I think I'm going to go with Qianpao instead. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty. Goodra and Meowscarada. Alright. Interesting. Versus Flutter Mane and Tornadus. So the first option that I should do is maybe Tailwind, but I don't really have to worry about Tailwind. I could Rain Dance, but I don't really have to worry about Rain Dancing either. So we're just going to go with the Bleak Wind. And I mean, Meowscarada with the crit is really, really hard to deal with. So I think we'll remove them off the field first. They're going to Terra though. And it's most likely going to be Meowscarada. And it's the Goodra. Okay. Changes to Steel. The Moonblast would not have done so much damage to this Goodra, but thankfully we're not hitting that slot at all. Meowscarada will get hit down to its Sash. Will live with 1 HP left. Bleak Wind will now miss Meowscarada, but it will hit the Goodra. Speed will drop on the Goodra. Petal Blizzard will not hit the Goodra, but will raise its attack 1 stage and will knock out the Flutter Mane. Interesting. And Rock Slide. Interesting combo, to say the least. I like it. Let's see how you deal with my combo now. Qianpao and Garchomp. Now, I wasn't able to get Tailwind off, so I'm going to be really, really careful with the speed tiers here. Earthquake, and I'm going to Terra, Ice Spinner into... I mean, Sacred Sword would be better. Yeah, Sacred Sword into Goodra, but I'm going to Terra Flying so that Chien-Pao doesn't get knocked out. So Terra Flying Sacred Sword right into the Goodra slot, which may or may not knock it out. We'll see after this hit. Now, again, it really depends on what the speed tier is for Meowscarada. Oh, there goes Goodra down to one hit with a crit. No wonder it was a one-hit KO. That's insane. And Petal Blizzard does go first. Not very effective against Chien-Pao. Garchomp did take a huge hit, though, to do the Earthquake. So that's good to know. Meowscarada will outspeed Garchomp, which is something that I felt was going to happen, but I wasn't 100% sure because I didn't spend the turn using Tailwind, and that probably should have been something I used first instead of Bleak Wind. That would have been a completely different outcome if I had. 100%. Okay, Sableye and Scizor. Okay, we're gonna protect there, and we're gonna Sucker Punch. Actually, we're gonna protect on both. No. I mean, Fake Out is gonna hurt regardless. So I'm just gonna Sucker Punch into Scizor, and I'm gonna risk the Fake Out on anyone else. I mean, Bullet Punch isn't gonna do a whole lot to Chien-Pao. I'm just worried about that Fake Out. If it goes into Garchomp, we predicted it. If it doesn't, then we didn't do any damage this turn, which stinks. Fake Out, nope, we didn't do any damage. Bullet Punch did go into Garchomp though, so that's interesting. Okay, so we're gonna Earthquake. And I'm gonna go ahead and Sucker Punch. Scizor. It's not gonna knock him out by any means, but I will attack before he does. Faint. Does very little damage. That was to prevent or going through Protect and stuff like that. Bullet Punch will go into the Garchomp and will knock it out, unfortunately. Rough Skin will do a little bit of damage, though. And Scizor lost a little bit of HP. We're going to Sucker Punch again. Let's hope they do something different. Sucker Punch goes right into the Scizor and knocks him out. Now, what are you going to do, little man? Little Sableye. Quash? Oh, that's going to fail. We'll go Ice Spinner into that slot now. I think this is the W unless he does something different. Faint. Does little damage. Ice Spinner into that slot. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage. Faint. I mean, it's still 13. Don't get me wrong. 13 damage is still 13 damage, but I took out 3/4 of your HP with one attack. It's a lot. Alrighty, next match is up. We've got Hisuian Goodra, Grimmsnarl, Therian Landorus, Rillaboom, Heatran, and Urshifu. So, how do we beat this team? Well, we do have Fake Out from both Rillaboom and Grimmsnarl, but I don't believe both of them will have it. There'd be no point to, but Grimmsnarl carry Parting Shot. So that's one thing that we'll have to consider. But in the all scheme of things, if he's got Parting Shot, Therian Landorus is going to, Therian Landorus is going to have Intimidate. We're going to see a lot of stat drops during our game. So we have to be very, very selective of what we do. I think the best course of action is to go in with Tornadus and I want to say Qian Pao. Like, I really want to bring in Qian Pao. I don't know what the Urshifu is, though. Yeah, Qian Pao will bring in Garchomp and Urshifu. That's who we'll bring in. We'll bring in Garchomp, Urshifu, Tornadus, and Qian Pao. We're going to leave Regieleki and Fluttermane in the back because even though the Regieleki can't do anything to Landorus, he's ground. Even though he's flying, he's still ground. And I don't have a way to deal with him. But with this team, I do have a way to deal with the Grimmsnarl that's on the field, and Heatran is Heatran. For Heatran, though, what I'm going to do is get started off with the Rain Dance to lower down his special, or his fire moves, and I'm going to immediately put a lot of pressure onto him right away. Rain Dance, lower down his special or his fire attacks by 50%. He's going to bring up Reflect, Sacred Sword right into Heatran. It's going to drop him to a little over half, but here comes the Heat Wave. It's going to do less damage because of the Rain Dance. And that's also a crit on Tornadus. And Leftovers will give him a little bit more HP. I outspeed everything on his side of the field so far, so I'm safe. But I'm worried about the turns after. Sacred Sword and Bleak Wind. Heat One will protect, which is totally fine. Light Screen comes up from Grimmsnarl, and he's going to have Light Clay, so he's not going to get... I'm not going to be able to get through that for like 8 turns. That's why Psychic Fangs is really, really good here. Bleak Wind will not hit the Heatran. Will it hit the Grimmsnarl, though? It will. Does very little damage. But now Heatran is going to be able to survive both attacks, maybe? Maybe. I mean, with both screens up, it's going to be really, really hard to knock him out now. We'll still give it a try. Because I don't really have any other answers for it. I could switch out Qian Pao to bring out Garchomp, or even switch out Tornadus to bring out Garchomp, but I don't think it's going to be like the best call. I think Qian Pao is too low for me to be able to use at this point, or further on. Parting Shot will go into Tornadus. Okay, drop in his attack and special attack 1 stage. And who are you bringing out? Is it Rillaboom? That would make sense. I can't read that, so we'll see. It is Rillaboom. Grassy Surge is going to come in and heal up Heatran even more. Sacred Sword right into that slot. Ooh, brings it down really, really low. Here comes the Bleak Wind, which is 100%. It's not going to knock out the Heatran, and it does very little damage to Rillaboom, but it's enough to knock out Qian Pao with the Heat Wave. Which again, I'm totally okay with that. He's going to heal up for not only Grassy Surge, but Leftovers. Okay. Which one do I do? Like, either one of these is really, really good. Which one do I do, though? I think Garchomp is going to be better. And we have 2 more turns for Rain. I don't have Tailwind. So I'll Tailwind and Earthquake. It's not going to do anything to the Rillaboom, but it's definitely going to knock out the Heatran unless he protects here, in which then he'll get another 2 things of healing, but then after that he's kind of SOL. Because the next turn I'm going to be able to put a lot of pressure onto him again, so... But Rillaboom could use Fake Out, and he does, and then doesn't knock out the Tornadoes, but gets pretty close. But I say no, so there's that. Earthquake will now hit the Rillaboom by not very much, but it will still hit him. Oh yeah, that's not even... That's like 2 points. And I heal up due to the Grassy Surge. And Heatran will heal up even more due to the leftovers. Okay. So now we're going to do this again and Earthquake. I have Tailwind. Rain lasts this turn and then it's gone, but Heatran will be gone this turn, so I'm not sad that it's going to be leaving. And then if I need to, I could Terra Garchomp next turn. So I can use Terra Blast, Terra Steel moves against my opponent. But I also want to leave it up for Urshifu if he does come out, because he's going to do a lot of damage to the Grimmsnarl. But it's just going to come down to this. Heatran gets retreated, which is totally fine. I can't read that. But it's Grimmsnarl again. That's cool. Bleak Wind does a lot of damage to the Rillaboom. Lowers its speed as well. On both, it lowers the speed. Pops the Citrus Berry. So it's good that he attacked first. And here comes the Earthquake, which isn't going to do anything to Tornadoes, but it's not going to do anything to them either, unfortunately. And Wood Hammer now goes on to the Garchomp, which knocks him out right off the bat. That's interesting. I'll have to look that up, but the recoil should... Oh, the recoil doesn't knock him out either. That stinks. Alright, now we bring out Urshifu. And I'm not going to worry about the Rain Dancing. I'm just going to go straight into Bleak Wind. Terra Water, Searching Strikes into Grimmsnarl. We know he has the screens and Parting Shot. He might have Fake Out. I don't think so though, but he could. 2 Fake Out users would be so beneficial. Even if he just doesn't Fake Out Urshifu, right? He hits Tornadoes, which then knocks out one of my Pokemon. But he's not. I'm going to Terra. And it's going to be Urshifu, and he's going to become Terra Water. Fake Out from the Grimmsnarl is pretty interesting, but it does do a little bit of damage to Urshifu. I knock out the Rillaboom, and I'm going to heal up the Fake Out damage that I just received from that Grimmsnarl. Now they're going to send out their Heatran. Goodra. Oh no. Okay, we're going to do this. We have Tailwind for one more turn and Grassy something for one more turn as well. Alright, we're going to hit the Grimmsnarl for a lot, and we're going to set up the Rain so that Urshifu gets the full benefit of the setup. So here we go. Rain Dance again. Parting Shot onto the Tornadoes, which is going to lower his attacks, his stats one more stage. And then goes back to bring out Heatran again. but I'm gonna knock him out because Surging Strike says I can. And I know he's got leftovers, so I don't have to really worry about any type of recoil. So Urshifu is gonna heal up again. And Goodra is gonna do what? Shelter? Body Press. It's not gonna do a whole lot to Urshifu because you don't have any defenses set up yet. Tailwind's peered out. And the grass has disappeared, so I don't get the healing for the turn. But now he gets to use Fake Out again. So that's interesting. Tailwind's gone, but I don't think it really matters at this point. We'll set it up though, and then we will Surging Strikes into Grimmsnarl. I should be focusing on the Goodra, but I don't really know what else to do at the moment. Because Fake Out is going to knock out Tornadus, I think. But it's going to be a 1-for-1 here, but I'm at half health, not half health, but close to it. Fake Out will hit the Tornadus, which is going to knock him out. But I do not want to get Parting Shot. Well, he can't, but I also don't want screens to come back. So here is Surging Strikes in the rain to the Grimmsnarl, and it's going to knock him out. Now, is this going to be enough for the Goodra? Probably not. Here comes the Shelter. So now Body Presses do hurt quite a bit. And Reflect War. Okay. Will Body Press not... Let's try to get a little closer. Surging Strikes. In the rain. Terra Water. Oh, that's not even going to do enough. Oh, he's got Rocky Helmet too? Oh, man. I want to knock myself out. That's not even fair. Alright, Pokemon was hit 3 times, so was I. And pretty much knocked my own face in. It's kind of hard to combat that when you've when you do your own damage, right? Alright, we've got Tornadus, Bascule Legion, Regieleki, Galarian Zapdos. Oh, that's gonna be really, really interesting. Rillaboom and Golden Go. Okay, so we know that Bascule Legion is Swift Swim, so which means that he's going to have 286 speed, and that's the maximum. Either 200, yeah, it's 286. I think that we had to beat 286 to beat the Calc, but that's the maximum. So anyone that's over 286 is going to be able to beat him. So there's that. I think we should start off with Tornadus and Regieleki, Chien-Pao, and we'll bring in Garchomp. I think that's who we'll bring in. Because Zapdos is flying, but he's also fighting, or he might just be straight fighting. I also don't want to say that he's flying. I'm not 100% sure. He's one of the Pokemon I've thought about using because of Quick Guard. And he's really, really strong besides that. But we have Tornadus and Rillaboom versus Tornadus and Regieleki. Grassy Surge comes out. Now, we do have wondering if Fake Out is going to be used. We're going to go ahead and probably Terra. But we'll Protect first. Because I can knock out Tornadus on their side after I taunt him. But we'll see. Fake Out will go right into the Regieleki, so we called that. And Tornadus will use Tailwind. Oh, that's interesting. He's faster than me? He must be Scarfed. He must be Scarfed. So now I'm in trouble, kind of. Because he can now taunt. Well, it's either he's either Scarfed or he just randomly won the speed tie. It's probably the speed tie, but I'm gonna get Tailwind on my side now. Terra Ice into the Rillaboom. You know, because this is a really bad combo for Regieleki. Like taking the stabs at Smogon for no reason. Tailwind on my side of the field will activate. Their Tornadus doesn't do anything, so that's really, really interesting. But Terra Blast will go into Rillaboom and does about half. Bleak Wind will hit my side of the field, does very little to Tornadus. Well, little more than half, but it'll drop the speed for Regieleki, but that doesn't matter. He's knocked out. He's gone. No, not again. Like, I like Regieleki, but I probably should have just focused on Tornadus, like straight up Tornadus. But Champ Pao is here, and he's gonna clean up the rest of what Tornadus or Regieleki couldn't do. But I just don't have a Terra. Okay, so in that last exchange, Tornadus lost about half of his HP, and Regieleki got knocked out. But we're gonna Bleak Wind, and then we're gonna Ice Spinner into Tornadus. Knockoff from Rillaboom is pretty interesting. That's a pretty good or interesting concept, but he has no way to swap out, so I'm gonna Ice Spinner right into Tornadus, which is gonna knock him out. Goodbye. So no second attack for you, because he was taunted. He couldn't do any status moves. And also Grassy Surge disappear from the field, and Bleak Wind knocks out Rillaboom. Booyah. Golden Goat. And Bastille Legion. That's the Pokemon I was trying to avoid using my stuff for, but I didn't get to. I don't know if he's going to use anything in particular. I don't think he buffs at all. I mean, he might. But we'll do the Bleak Wind, and then we'll Sucker Punch into Bastille Legion. Why not? Let's see what happens. I mean, I should focus more on the Golden Goat, but I'm not. Bastille Legion gets hit with the Sucker Punch and goes down. So, Golden Goat, what are you going to do? Bleak Wind? Ooh. That's a lot. That was a crit, too. That was a lot. Trick. Who'd you switch targets with? Oh, Choice Specs. Gotcha. Okay. I received Choice Specs. He received a Sash. Ice Spinner. Battle's canceled. Never mind. I'm okay with that. And our final fight of the day is... This is a pretty random team. So, we are going to be versing Alolan Dugtrio, Houndstone, Tyranitar, Magnezone, Hisuian Arcanine, and my man Talonflame. I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't like it. Talonflame is the best person. I love Talonflame. He's so cool. Why don't we... I mean, he has to be set on the field first, right? You would think that he would. We're going to start off with Tornadus, because we're going to have to kind of compete for Tailwind, for sure. Start off with Urshifu, go into Fluttermane, or Garchomp, and then Chien Pao. I think that's who we're gonna go in with. I would do other choices, like not necessarily Regieleki. I don't think he's gonna do anything to the rest of them. Magnezone could have Volt Absorb, or T-Tar wouldn't be really affected by by electric moves. But Hisuian Arcanine is deadly weak against water and ground, so there's that. He opens up with Dugtrio and Magnezone, and Magnezone floats up in the air due to Air Balloon. Okay. We're going to... Yeah, Tailwind. And... Terra Water Surging Strikes into Dugtrio. And Dugtrio, this is the Alolan form or Galar form? I want to say the Alolan form, and I think he's part ice. I I'm gonna double check that. But I think he is. Doug Trio. I did not see him in there. I'm gonna Terra. Oh, Steel. That's what he is. He's ground Steel. With Sandveil, Tingling Hair, and Sand Force. So Sand Force would have triggered a thing, so it didn't. They're gonna Terra, change Magnezone's typing to Ghost. Okay. Are they hoping that I would like hit it with like a fighting type move? I mean, I wasn't gonna go for that target. I don't know what Magnezone does, so to speak, but I'm going straight into that that Doug Trio that's alive because of Sash. Otherwise, it would have just failed after the first hit. But what makes Urshifu so good is that he does 3 strikes, really, really strong to the faces. Okay, so Magnezone, what are you gonna do? Electro Web. Ooh! Ooh! Ouch! My man, what do you do? Magnet Pole, Sturdy, and Analytic. Oh! Analytic increases the power of attack moves by 30% if the last Pokemon... If the Pokemon is the last Pokemon to attack this turn. You are definitely Analytic. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha, my man. I'm totally... I see you. I see you. And you send out Talonflame after that. Gotcha. Okay. We're going to taunt Talonflame because you're not going to get anything done this turn. And I'm going to Sucker Punch that Magnezone. Because that Magnezone is going to attack again, and it's going to get a 30% boost. Ouch. Ouch, that's so strong. So strong. So what you gonna do, huh? Oh man, this shiny form for Magnezone is dumb. This is why I was like, I wish the Game Freak or Pokemon Company would change up the shinies a little bit more. Because the only thing that changes from a regular version to a shiny version, Quick Guard goes up. I'm not sure who used it, but Sucker Punch will fail against Magnezone. Taunt will also fail against Talonflame. That's a good call. I think Magnezone is the one that used Quick Guard. Oh no, it didn't. Talonflame gets Quick Guard? Well, since when? Nuh-uh. I could have had an answer for all the Dragonites out there when I was running around with Talonflame? Nuh-uh. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so happy for him. Are you gonna do it again though? I mean, it would probably make sense that you would do it again. I outspeed you. So it would, again, make sense that you would do it again. Magnezone protects, which is totally fine. Oh, you used Tailwind this time. That's dope. So Dragon Claw will go into the Talonflame. Ooh, bring it down to its very little HP left. And Ice Spinner will go into the protected Magnezone. Electro Up with Magnezone is pretty dope, I gotta say. That's a pretty dope move. I'm gonna break its thing though. And I'm gonna protect. I'm gonna protect with Chien Pao because Chien Pao is gonna be affected by Electro Web. Now that I know that it's not a choice item, not choice at all, being able to switch between Electro Web and Protect is pretty interesting. But again, Talonflame having Quick Guard, that's insane. I did not know that. Brave Bird goes right into the Garchomp, which does a little damage, but Rough Skin's gonna knock it out, unfortunately. Which is a terrible thing for all Talonflames, unfortunately. But now, Dragon Claw will go right into that Magnezone, popping the Air Balloon. leaving it so vulnerable to attacks from Garchomp now. But that's not gonna really do anything. Tailwind on my team just fades out. That's neat. Gotta love that for me. And they bring out T-Tar with Sandstream. That's even better for me. I mean, I really want to click Earthquake, but Chien-Pao already protected this turn. I think I'm going to protect with Garchomp now, and I'm just going to Sucker Punch. Actually, well, that has no effect. I'm going to Sucker Punch into Magnezone, because it's probably going to attack this turn. I mean, it could protect, right? It could go for that protect. So far, it doesn't. It does not. Sucker Punch into the Magnezone, which is going to knock it out. Thank you. Come again. Talonflame, get your birdie butt up here. You have Steel Wing too? That's interesting. Brick Break right into Chien-Pao, which is going to knock him out, unfortunately. Oh, he gets that as an egg move. Oh, that's dope. Oh, we're down to our last Pokemon too? That's even better. Earthquake. And T-Tar barely survives with just 1 HP left. Outrage goes right into the Garchomp. Just barely. Oh, Rough Skin hits the T-Tar. Both of us faint, but he wins because he made the attack. That's how you do it. Let's go. Yeah, I lost. He made they made the attack. That's how that goes out, because otherwise there'd be way too many draws. But that's so funny. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of today's video. As you can see, our win-loss record is not the greatest, but we did do fairly well. With our updated measurements here within the Notions, we are currently at 46% at 53 wins, 62 losses at 115 games. So that reflects everything that says on the screen there. And we are currently at 20,266. Not the best, I will say so myself, but it is what it is at this point. That last match with T-Tar, that was pretty interesting. That's probably like a highlight of mine. Being able to double knock ourselves out, but they won because they made the attacking move, and that's what really did it. But it was really, really interesting to see a Magnezone with Analytic do so much. I also did not know that Talonflame had Quick Guard. Now, there's other Pokemon that can use Quick Guard, right? So if you need an answer to priority moves, but you don't really want to, like Fergaraf or Entity in the team, because either one of those Pokemon is going to change the entire dynamic of your team for sure. You could go with extremely speedy Pokemon like Talonflame, like Scizor. Even though he's not as speedy as like most Pokemon, his Bullet Punch is still hurting quite a bit. But you can also go with Hawlucha. His base speed's at 118, so you can go there. Sneasler's 120 base speed, and he gets Quick Guard. So you've got options of who you would love or who you can use, and probably have a little bit more fun playing them in your team. With that being said, go ahead and do the YouTube thing. So like the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below. I do reply to any and all comments that you guys leave behind. Then let's go ahead and start a discussion of Talonflame, because why not? I love Talonflame. I'd like to hear what you guys like to build for him in your spare time when you're trying to play around Gale Wings and stuff like that. So subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Go ahead and hit the bell. Apparently my Uncle Mike says it's really, really helpful for the channel, so help prove him right by hitting that and putting notifications set to all. That way you guys get notified. I do release Pokemon 6 days a week, but I will be taking next Monday off because that's going to be the end of the season. So tomorrow is going to be our final video of season 8, and then I'll be taking some time to build a team for season 9, and we'll be back to have more Pokemon fun in season 9. And Regulation D is going to be exciting from here on out, and I'm quite excited to see what the new team is going to be looking like. We're gonna have not all of the Pokemon are gonna be the same, but I might be using a couple of them again, but we'll see. And I believe that we could still hit it. We have plenty of time, so with your guys' help we can hit it, and if we don't, then that's totally fine. The goal at the end of the year is still 1,000, and I know that we can hit that one. I might make August goal, like probably still keep it at 400, maybe make it 450, just to kind of keep it interesting. I mean, we started like the last one at like 300 something, so I don't see why not. But thank you, I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Friday, and have a great day. Peace.